Welcome to the Tennis Tuesday tip, week number 11. My name's Gavin Fowl, LTA accredited tennis coach. My tip today is based around tennis elbow. At the club, people ask me lots of questions in relation to it, so I thought I'd share a quick tip based around it, in particular prevention. Normally tennis elbow can occur outside of tennis. It can be linked to anything. It can be DIY, it can be cooking, anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be related to tennis, but it is an overuse injury and it affects the arm, the elbow, the forearm sort of area, and it's an uncomfortable feeling that doesn't really go away. So prevention is key before you get to that point. So I want to give you a few tips to try and avoid it if possible. Because once you have it, it's really recommended that you rest, because it is an overuse injury, so you really want to rest. But to try and prevent it, first of all is the racket that you are using. The grip size in particular, you've got to make sure that you get the grip size correct. If the grip size is too small, you'll tighten your grip too tightly, and it'll stress the elbow and the forearm. Equally, if it's too big, it'll just feel uncomfortable, and it can cause similar sort of uncomfortable feelings in the arm. So you've got to make sure that you get your grip size correct. What I would recommend doing is talking to your local coach, talk to myself about trying to measure your grip size to make sure it's correct for you. The other thing would be swing weight. It's really crucial that you get the right swing weight of racket for you. You don't want to be holding a racket that's too light, because it's like swinging air, and again it can be quite stressful on the body. The same, you don't want the racket too heavy. Again, this time of year you want to try and avoid using wet balls as much as possible, because wet balls again can be very heavy on the body, can sort of stress the shoulders, stress the elbow. So again, try and use dry balls as much as possible. In terms of your technique, you want to use as much body momentum as possible. So what I mean by that would be legs, core of body turning into the contact area rather than just the arm itself. If you just use your arm, therefore you're more likely to stress that part of the body. If you use more body momentum into it, therefore you're using more muscles, and therefore you should take a little bit of stress away from this. Timing. I find if you're early on the shot, it's much more easier to transfer your body momentum into the shot, again causing less stress. If you're a little bit late on the shot, which can't be avoided all the time, it can sort of stress that area again. So they're sort of your prevention tips. Strings, certain strings are harder than others, so depending on what you like, there can be a softer, more exorbitant string. Dampeners, that all helps. What else have I not shared with you in terms of probably one of the biggest ones while you're playing tennis, especially in your ready position, is grip tension. Right? Don't grip the racket too tightly all the time. Relax the grip when in between shots. Obviously when you're building up to the shot, it will still be fairly loose, but on the point of impact it might tighten up. But once you've hit the ball, try and relax the grip as much as possible, because if you're tightening the grip all the time, it's stressing the forearm, it's stressing the elbow. So hopefully just be aware of some of the sort of the things that you're doing within your game that may prevent tennis elbow. Once you have it, it is rest, but you can try some of these things around it, and maybe it will ease it for you. Hope that tip of some use. See you next week.